Good morning, dear students. Today the topic is later Vedic age, which is later Vedic age. Before that, we already discussed about that early Vedic period, and now today the topic is chapter number 7, the later Vedic age. It was started from 1000 BC and finally 600 BC. Means the time period between the 1000 BC to 600 BC is known as the later Vedic age. During this period, there are two important epic were completed. The two important epic were completed during the time period of the later Vedic age. First one known as Ramayana and second one known as Mahabharata. Before that, there are four Vedas, namely Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sham Veda and Atharva Veda, already completed into the early Vedic period. In this period, there are so many changes. The changes is especially in the field of political life, in the field of social life and in the field of religion, in the field of religious life. And position of women is also very important issue during the time of the later Vedic period. First of all, we already discussed about that the Aryans, those who come from the Central Asia and settled himself in India, especially the Hindu Kush and the Brahmabhat region, but now they spread himself especially central and northern part of India. Means we can say that in later Vedic period, the marks of the beginning of this is the Aryabhat. Means the area later Vedic is the later Vedic period, the Aryan spread whole over the India and especially the Aryabhat. Okay. Epic age. Why this age is known as epic age? Because that time two important epics composed. First one known Ramayana and second one known as the Mahabharata. In this period, the political life also changed. King was the head of the ruling class. Means the large empire was established during that time. Means the kingdom is largely and the whole emperor controlled a large kingdom controlled by the king. Especially the king, you know very well that the king was considerable and the head of the administration, and king belonged to the Kshatriya. Okay, same that is the king was the ruling over the large kingdom. Clear? Means king was the head of the kingdom. Second one, social life. So many changes during the time of the later Vedic age. Caste system very complex and very rigid. Especially in the later Vedic age, the king became very powerful. The caste system became more rigid. Means the caste system became more rigid. Before that, the caste system is not very rigid. Means in early Vedic period, the caste system is not more than become rigid. But in later Vedic period, the caste system is very rigid. There are also especially three important castes. First one, Brahman. Second one, Kshatriya. Third one, Vaishya. And three important after that, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and fourth one, Sudra. Brahman, all religious activities, all performance, all religious tradition done by Brahman. Second thing, Kshatriya was the second ruling class. This is considerable as the ruler of the whole kingdom. And third one, Vaishya, means merchants or traders, those who are do the trade and those who are especially produce the goods and sell from one part to another part, they considerable from the Vaishya. They gain the importance due to the trade, especially they do the trade. And last and very lowest caste considered into the society, Sudra. Okay, so this is the four important castes in early Vedic period and again later Vedic period. But what was changes? Especially the changes is the caste system is very rigid. कास्ट सिस्टम क्या हो चुका था? बहुत ही रिजिड हो चुका था. इस समय कोई एक कास्ट का दूसरे कास्ट में शादी नहीं कर सकता था. ओके, एंड नाउ आश्रम. सोशल लाइफ इज आल्सो चेंज. लाइफ ऑफ द आर्यंस was divided into four stages. The life of the Aryan, what was life? आश्रम किसके लिए बोला गया है? लाइफ के लिए, है ना? The ashram, the life of the Aryan divided into four stages. First stage known as Brahmacharya ashram. Second stage Grihastha ashram. Very important this is. In later Vedic period, life of the Aryans depend on into the 4 ashram. Which one? Brahmacharya, second one grihast, third one vanaprasth, and last one sannyas ashram. First, if we will discuss about that first ashram, those are known as the brahmacharya ashram. Actually, in brahmacharya ashram, the student means is an important part of the brahmacharya where students were sent to live with Guru and his family at the Gurukul at a very young age to acquire all form of knowledge. Means brahmacharya ashram क्या होता था? During this stage is also divided from different class. Means ब्रह्मचर्य आश्रम में प्रवेश करने के लिए जो कास्ट और जो एज था स्टूडेंट्स का उसके में भी डिफरेंसेस होते थे, ताकि जैसे ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य इन्हीं तीनों लोगों को एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड किया जाता था. स्पेशली ब्राह्मण जो होते थे उनकी जो एज थी ब्रह्मचारी बनने के लिए या गुरुकुल सिस्टम ऑफ एजुकेशन को अडॉप्ट करने के लिए, दे आल्सो एज ऑफ 6 to 12. मीन्स 6 to 12 ईयर the child of the Brahman can get the system of education from the Gurukul system. Kshatriya 12 to 14 years. If the students of the Kshatriya or the child of the Kshatriya old from 12 years to 14 years, they can get the education through the Gurukul system. And Vaishya from 14 to 16 year old, the child of the Vaishya can get the education of the Gurukul system. Means the first stage of the life was known as the Gurukul system of education or known as the Brahmacharya ashram. Means the first stage of the life getting the knowledge known as the Brahmacharya ashram. After completing the education, there are 3 options. First, grihastha. If the student want to make himself enjoy with married life, then they choose the grihastha ashram. Means अगर बच्चा पढ़ लिख कर शादी करना चाहता है, मैरिज करना चाहता है, तो उसे गृहस्थ आश्रम में प्रवेश करना होता था. दैट टाइम द स्टूडेंट्स कैन एंजॉय द मैरिड लाइफ विथ हिज फैमिली एंड मेक ऑल द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड लायबिलिटी विथ हिज फैमिली. सेकेंड स्टेज इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थर्ड स्टेज नोन एज द वानप्रस्थ. इफ द चाइल्ड वांट टू चेंज हिमसेल्फ एज अ मीडिएटर, एज अ मेडिएशन इन गॉड. मीन्स अगर अपने आप को वो क्या करना चाहता है, तपस्वी बनाना चाहता है, तो वो किस आश्रम में आता था? वानप्रस्थ आश्रम में आता था. वापस वो घर नहीं जाता था. स्पेशली वानप्रस्थ आश्रम इज द वेरी डिफिकल्ट एंड वेरी हार्ड. वो वनों में रहता था और तपस्या करता था. लास्ट वन संन्यास. इफ द स्टूडेंट्स मेक हिमसेल्फ एज अ sannyasi, then you can change himself as a sannyas ashram. Means in this ashram, especially the students never return their home, never married, enjoy this family life, make and change himself as a sannyasi. Means this is the again type of mediation and make himself as a sannyasi during the complete after the education of the Gurukul system. Means the ashram, the life will be changed under the ashram, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha and sannyas. Many times question asked how many ashram into the later Vedic period, then your answer is 4 ashram. Which one? Brahmacharya, second one grihastha, third one vanaprastha and fourth one sannyas ashram. Total how many ashram? 4 ashram. Okay, this is the 4 ashram of the later Vedic period. After that, next topic, position of women. The position of women became greatly reduced. Means the dignity of the woman is reduced during the time of the later Vedic period, because the women cannot be participate in any political matter or any religious matter. So the position of women greatly decreased by later Vedic age. But in early Vedic period, the women are equal treated with the male person. But in later Vedic period, the position of women declined, and the position of women in later Vedic period, they were no longer allowed to participate in political affairs as equal of men. Means लेटर वैदिक पीरियड में जो वुमेन्स की पोजीशन थी वो डाउन होती चली गई. Now religion also very more complex. Next topic, religions. What was the position of the later Vedic period? Religion is also changed, so many changes into the later Vedic period, especially more complex in the field of religion with rituals during later Vedic age. There are three important gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva became the most important gods. Ram, Krishna and Durga were amongst the new gods again appear into the later Vedic period. One thing is very important, in later Vedic period, it is also known as the epic age. In later Vedic period, iron was used and so many weapons and so many tools made by iron, because in later Vedic age mark the beginning of the iron age. Okay, clear? Later Vedic period mark the beginning of the uses of iron during the time of later Vedic period. So many weapons and so many types of the tools made by iron. So this is totally important introduction about that later Vedic period. First of all, later Vedic period is starting from 1000 BCE to 600 BC. This is also known as epic age because before that 4 important Vedas composed and completed. There were 2 important epic also completed, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ramayana and Mahabharata. Then after that, political life, king was the head of the political system, male person is very important. After that, female, social life, caste system divided, same as it is early Vedic period, same in later Vedic period, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Ashram, the life of the later Vedic period totally changed. 4 ashram, brahmachari, grihasth, vanaprastha and sannyas. There are different work into the different ashram. Position of women declined during the time of the later Vedic period. They all are not equally treated with the male person. Religions also more complex. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva became more powerful god, and there are Rama, Krishna and Durga were among the new gods. Okay dear, so tomorrow we again discuss about some important topics. Economic life, trade system is also done by the merchants. Vaishya, those are known as the Vaishya. Niska, that time Niska was a type of coin. It is made by the gold, and especially it is the medium of exchange the goods. A gold bar used as unit of exchange. Okay, so Niska is also at the unit of exchange. What was Niska? Niska was the exchange unit of exchange of goods. Okay, so this is the exchange unit. Okay, economic life, and then after tomorrow we will be again discuss about that what was the other important features into the later Vedic age. Thank you.